Hello and welcome to the theElpyDimension. I am your guide, Elpy, and this is mixed worm bin number 4. And there's nobody on the bubble mailer. Very interesting, especially since last time I was telling you that the history of this bin is that it actually started as a European Nightcrawler bin, and then I saw a blue worm in here, and I assumed that, well, now it's a mixed worm bin. Today, by the way, is the 23rd of January, 2025. It's been 6 days since we were last in here, and it has been 32 days since the time for pie feeding. I found the tiniest amount of pie last time, so it technically means they were still in the, not a race, but they were still working on pie. I don't expect to find it this time. But I also, last time I added a divider because we're going to focus on breaking down material. Oh, there is a breeding pair of worms, which I just found tons of. It felt like tons in bin 1. Now, as I stir them around, I have the same smell as bin 1. It's sort of an ammonia smell. I didn't smell that in bin 2. I wonder if it has to do with that bubble mailer. I didn't smell it in bin 3 either. And those have more. These two bins have more of this casting material on top. Interesting. If I smell it, yeah, okay. But, yeah, so, yeah, that's really interesting. So we put this, might take the bubble mailers off if they're a problem. I did not poke any holes in this, but the worms can get around it. I know that's kind of mean, instead of making them, and they can get under it. I'm not going to stir this all the way because of that breeder. But yeah, so I was saying that this bin started as a European Nightcrawler, and last time I was seeing so many worms, and they're big to me, bigger than I see. They just all seemed big, and it makes me wonder if I still don't have a majority of European Nightcrawlers. But okay, you see that this looks a little more smooshed down. And so we're moving this bin towards, thinking about towards harvest. And yeah, see how big those are? Yeah, I do think that we have a larger population of European Nightcrawlers in here. But on the 12th? No, on the 6th, I think it was, we discovered that this bin was super wet. And that has not affected this population. This population is a beast. Super happy with this population. So we haven't fed. Did we feed? No, we haven't fed them since the time for pie feeding. And I think I'm, again, the material, by the way, is very cold. I think that we are going to, I'm not going to feed them. I'm going to wait further. Continue holding off on the food. Let these guys keep working on all these goodies that are here. Okay, some of this stuff is going to have to go over to this side. We're just taking everybody in and seeing if we happen across any pie. Though if we do, I will be shocked. See, look how big these worms are. Okay. Yeah, so even though we're working towards harvest, we did have to add, why do I say we? Because I'm like talking with you guys. I did have to add, this is paper from my bird cages. They chew up the paper, the wood. They chew up the wood. I did have to add a lot of paper and dry material to remedy. I mean, it was standing moisture. It was bad. Go back and check that video out. I'll link it at the end. There's a little bit of guava left. But yeah, look at these guys, man. This is, I moved that mango that was in here from the 9th of December 2024. I moved that over here. And the worms are digging it. Nice. Yeah, there's still some guava. So yeah, they're done with their time for pie feeding as well. Well, the pie. Technically the feeding. But it's the pie that we've been really wanting to follow. So let's take another scoop. But we're not going to feed. So really, yeah, so me having to add all that paper makes this side really nowhere near harvest. So it's going to be a little bit different this time around. Because there's, yes and no, right? Because the stuff that had been in here, I think, was well broken down to where I still want to move on it. And I think I can. We're just going to keep the non-broken down material over here. That's all there is to it. And we actually have a lot. Well, I shouldn't say actually, because yeah, we added a whole lot of paper. Yeah, these are much bigger worms than. So these are definitely European night crawlers. A majority of them. Some red mites down there. Yeah, it seems I only smell that ammonia smell on top. But, so, yeah, we had to add a lot of paper to make up for. Oh, and I added that box. I haven't dug under here in a minute. I haven't lifted this box out at all. But I just want to look a little bit. Definitely disturbing. The worms, it's like a layer. Layer sitting on top of old castings. And there's lots of worms down there. See, that's why I want to add even more water. Swampy smell to bin 3 because they really like it wet. Okay. I want to see. Yeah, see. They're down there. They're down there chilling. Chilling like a villain. All right. Well, I'm going to put... It's still wet down there, but it's not problematic. Excellent. Excellent. These guys are done with the pie. They're done with that series. And with these guys now, we're just going to focus on working through this material. And I'm not going to feed this time. I'll think about, look how many worms are over here. I'll think about feeding next time. But we'll keep our feeding focus. If next time I feed, I'm not going to add any carbon material. How about that? Let's go look over here. Oh, there's a breeding worm. We're not going to look over there. We're going to say, you know what? I've disturbed enough breeding worms today. I know it happens, but I feel bad when it happens. All right. So, there we have it. This bin is awesome. This bin is more European Nightcrawlers than anybody else. I've made up my mind and you can't change it. There's what might be an empty cocoon. Yep. So what we're gonna do is we might feed next time, we might not, because I really wanna, oh shite, that's right. I wasn't digging over here because of the breeding worm. We are definitely not going to feed this time, and we might feed next time, feed a little bit, and I'm going to keep it. I'm in this bin. I'm not going for the next feeding, which whenever it is, whether it's next time or the time after, I'm not going to add any, but that is it for mixed worm bin number 4. They're looking great, nice looking worms, and might be a minute before they're fed, and it'll be a long time before I think about adding any more carbon sources. All right. Thank you so much for your time and your interest. If you're going through a hard time right now, if you were affected by the fires, or you're still recovering from the hurricanes, or maybe even you're recovering from the cold in the south that is not normal to you at all, or you're recovering from the holidays or whatever, I pray for you. I wish you well. I hope you have shelter. I hope you have a good group of people around you, and that you can locate the resources that you need. I'm praying for you. All right, be safe, be well. Bye for now.